Hey there, brothers and sisters. Vessel Truth here, Jay from Virginia, for the new people. Come to do a video because I've got a few things on my mind. Not really being able to rest. Plan to see if I can get a little bit of rest after this video. You know, Scripture is very, very clear that this is not our home. But for the most part, everybody runs around and they're in the rat race of the world. They're doing anything and everything they can do to set up home and, lay down stakes, and make their life here. And that's wrong. The scripture that comes to mind, I've got several, that rolling around in my head that, I just kept pondering on. And I thought, I just need to do a video because it's important. And, with everything that's going on, I think it needs to be reinforced that, this is not our home. We should be doing anything and everything we can to store up treasures in heaven and to bring people with us, speaking the truth. Matthew chapter 10, it says, verse 32, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follows after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. And, these things speak volumes. Our life is nothing. I still believe, the days ahead are going to be rough, especially for us who are children of Yahuah, because we cannot deny people food, shelter, clothing, help. And there'll be many people take advantage of us for it. We'll be as sheep to the slaughter, but we'll be showing the truth and the love and the character of Yahuah. Even in chapter 16, everybody knows this one should, Peter withstands Christ, when he started telling him about he was going to have to suffer and die, and he rebukes Peter. And then he goes on to say in verse 24, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Brothers and sisters, there is nothing worth our soul. I just feel like, people really need to understand, in the days ahead when all hell is broke loose and there's evil people roaming everywhere just trying to rape, rob, kill, destroy. We as the children of Yahuah can't be like them. We have to show and love just as Christ would. We have to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, warm the cold, give shelter to those who have none. And that opens ourselves up to be took advantage of and killed meaninglessly, but yet doing the work of the Father. Mark chapter 8, verse 35. I believe it is in every gospel. Verse 34. When he had called the people unto him with the disciples also, he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. For what shall it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore should be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in his glory of his Father with his holy angels. Brothers and sisters, this is serious. And, it's just weird that, that this was what would be on my mind this night. It's something that has been forgotten by most. But, this is in every gospel. Luke 14. Verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? In other words, are you committed? Again in 16, 17? I think it's 17. 33. Remember Lot's wife. In other words, we shouldn't look back. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. I tell you, in that night there shall be 2 men in one bed, and one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. 2 women shall be grinding together, and one shall be taken, and the other left. The 2 men shall be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Separation of the sheep and the goats, brothers and sisters. There is no rapture. And John chapter 12. Verse 24, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except the corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. He that loveth his life shall lose it. And he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. And if any man serve me, him will my Father honor. Brothers and sisters, it's time that we do our best to reach out to our brothers and our sisters, our neighbors. This is not our home. We're passing through. Hard times are coming, whether it's tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. We only have so much time, and it's time that we truly shift our focus and forget about this world. This world is fallen, it's evil, it's wicked, it's rotten to core. The people are more concerned with wealth and stuff. Nothing here is eternal. It's time that we keep our focus on the Father and reaching our brothers and sisters, helping the hurt and the poor and the sick, the bound by spirits. It's time that, we go out and we show the truth of Yahuah. We are His children, and we have the truth. We have the answers. We have what gives comfort and peace in times of tragedy and mourning. It's time to forget about, setting up shop in this world. The day I lay this mortal coil down will be the best day, because of the beginning of my real life. And that's how we need to think. I want the Father to truly use me to heal all the sick and cast out all the demons everywhere I go for His glory. I don't want people looking at me. I don't want them to even know who I am. But I want to be that vessel that He can flow through to show His truth, His power, His majesty on this wicked plane of existence. It's time that the enemy, is shown that the only reason he's the master of this world is because the Father allows it. We have the power through the finished work of Yeshua, the Son of the living Elohim, our Adonai, Yahuah. Brothers and sisters, witness to all the people you can. Souls is the name of the game, if you want to call it a game. This so-called game is for keeps, because nobody gets out of here alive. And after leaving here, we're judged. Back in Matthew chapter 16, it says in verse 27, "For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works." Brothers and sisters, it's not about, oh, I believe. That's part of it. The main thing is what you do. We are to be doers of the word, not hearers only. If you're not doing anything for the Father and the Son, or your fellow brother or sister, you're not doing anything. You're wasting your existence. If you're just waiting until you have enough money or enough this or enough that, you're wasting your time, because you'll never have what you're waiting for. Go forth and do what's on your heart. If there's someone that you're praying that, will make heaven their home, the New Jerusalem, go to them, speak. If they don't hear you, move on to other people's brothers and sisters and children, moms and dads, and just cover them in prayer, claiming them for the kingdom of Yahuah. When the Father sees you being faithful, He'll send someone to your family as well. Just a little food for thought, brothers and sisters. It's time that we arise and truly walk as Christ walked. The world gets darker and darker each day. It's time to let our light shine, showing those who are wandering around, bumping into everything in darkness, that there is truth, there is holiness, and there are answers. Everything here is for a reason and a purpose. Keep seeking the face of the Father as always, and be about doing the will of the Father. It's time. We can't just sit around doing nothing and expecting the Father to reward us for it. It doesn't work that way. We are the arms and the hands that He works through. And I think, how dare we call ourselves a brother's keepers or the watchmen on the wall if we're not doing anything. Words to think about. I love you all. And I thank you for being a part. I thank you for your prayers. You're in my prayers always. I look forward to your feedback. Yahuah bless you and keep you always, my brothers and sisters. Serious words to think about. It's time for a change. Yahuah bless you always.